This episode is brought to you by the Thrive Tribe. Check it out at chasingbrighter.com/Thrive Tribe. Hey, Kelly, how's it going today?
Hi, Jess. It's going okay. It's going okay. I'm like in a better headspace right now. It sucks when things don't go your way and they are beyond your control. And so today is the much dreaded slash anticipated summer camp registration for the Park District of Chicago. And it is insane. Like, it opens at 9 o'clock, and as soon as 9 o'clock on the dot is there, you click to register your child. And I did all that for Beckett to get into camp so he could go to summer camp literally a half a block from our house so he can walk there. It's amazing. It's life-changing. He is on the goddamn wait list.
You've
He's
never
number
had,
46 on the wait list.
you've never
I've
gotten a wait
never
list before.
Never got waitlisted. I had a friend who did it last year, and her daughter got waitlisted, and then they were actually 2 friends, and they were able to get in. So as
You know what
soon as
number
he
they
got
were?
no, like 6 something. As soon as he got waitlisted, I didn't understand because I was like, "Oh, he got registered." And then I was like, "How come it's $0?" And then I went through it. I sent an email to the head of the park and the activity coordinator, and I was like, "Hey, we are longtime supporters of the park. We've been in activities pre and post COVID. Like, we did Park Kids during COVID. There were 2 families. We were one of them. Like, we have been long supporters of that camp, that park. The downside is since the kids are older and they're in club sports, we really don't do anything. And they're not in the Park Kids program, which is the after school program right now. So he may not get in. And that I've just tried to come to terms with that. So you know what? We are very fortunate as a family. I certainly have the means to pay hundreds of dollars for my kids to go to camp. My kids are old enough, like Becca doesn't need to go to camp every day. I have flexibility with work that I can drive him places. So when I think about it that way, I think, oh, maybe it's okay. But the other part of me is like, I bought a house to be by that park to enjoy those amenities, and I don't get to access them because of the way in which it's open for everybody to register their kids to go to that camp.
So you don't have to be zoned or live there or anything?
Nope, nope. You just have to be able to be faster on the clicker. It's really crazy.
Maybe
Uh,
maybe he'll make it, or maybe it's like thinking alternatively or something. Something I try to do with my youngest is just have like weekly play dates with a couple different friends. You know what I mean? So at least it's because I feel like I'm not as structured as you in the summer, but it's like at least like having a friend come over every week and then swapping with that friend. So it's at like babysit swapping. You know what I'm saying? Where it's, oh, drop your kid off every Wednesday. Then I'll drop my son off every Thursday at your house kind of thing.
yeah, I mean, that I'm not ready to process that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what we're gonna do. I know if I tell him, he's gonna be like, "Okay." Like, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
It was just nice having that for days that they could do that. And Wes is doing lifeguarding camp, which is
That's cool.
we're carpooling with probably 3 or 4 other families so we can get that going, and I can reach out to other people to see what they're doing. I just don't wanna drive anywhere. I don't wanna be driving Wes over here and Beckett over there and have to be in a rush that summer gets crazy, but
Mm.
I know it's gonna
'Cause then
work
it would be
out
like
the
school, right? It would be like school drop
yeah.
off.
I know it's gonna work out, and that's the thing is it's like I don't wanna pay the 100 to 400 whatever dollars a week for these camps that I'm like, I don't know if I wanna be committed. Like, it's nice when you can pay $300 for the whole summer.
It's really expensive here. Anything's expensive, even our park district. I just feel like everything's expensive. It's ridiculous.
They should up the price here. Depending on where you go, I think they do actually up the price. But all the other camps, like, everything sells out literally in 60 seconds. It is
Mhm.
really frustrating, and I I don't know how I'm gonna process it, but
Maybe
I think
it's
that
time for a trip to Nona. Send him kicking and
Beckett doesn't
screaming.
yeah,
I
Beckett's
know.
not really
Hello.
into that. It'll be the thing is we have our lake house. We'll be
Yeah.
going there. I know we're gonna I'll work through this. It's such
Yeah.
drama. But I
Yeah.
think the hard part is for a lot of us in midlife. We're at a point where we are accomplished women. We spend a lot of our time making sacrifices to support our family, and we spend a lot of time managing and mitigating risks. And when things don't go my way, it's really hard for me because I spend so much time thinking and planning on how things are going to play out. And I told Brian, I came out, I was like almost on the verge of tears, like Beck didn't get in. He was like, "Oh, move on."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was like, that isn't, I just was like, okay, I'm not getting support from him, but like he could care less. But guess what? He doesn't
Yeah.
care because he's
Yeah.
not in charge. He's not walking the kids to camp or doing all the things. It goes on me.
Is that a possibility if you found a different camp and you're like, "Oh, I found this great camp." It does have to drop off. It starts at 6 a.m. I don't know. Yeah,
He
I think
walks yeah, he would walk back to camp every day because it was be on his way to work, if it was at Smith Park. But I don't know, and I'm sure the camp counselors are in a pinch, but I think anybody who's on the wait list who has been a long supporter of that camp
yeah,
should absolutely get in, and I wonder if they even limit the spots
yeah.
online so that they can pick and choose,
And
but
it's difficult because Beckett is a tween, and it's not they don't just bebop along when you tell them what to do, and they just do what you say. Because I was even thinking, "Okay, you could get, like, a little teen nanny that could just go take him places." I could just imagine him like, "Yeah, no, I'm not doing that." I think it's difficult. That's a difficult age. Because basically you don't want him sitting around playing video games all day. You want him
correct.
doing other things, and
Yeah.
if talking about the mental load, it's nice to be able to outsource that to a really affordable camp. And it's yes, you can do what I'm doing, which is like arrange all these different things, but that's mental load, mental load. It's just all of this stuff that you weren't planning on having to troubleshoot and figure out on day-to-day basis, and it's a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask around, particularly Beckett's soccer team, because most of his classmates were
Mhm.
probably they were trying to get into Smith Park too. Everyone who lives around here is trying to get
Gonna
in.
start your own park. Yeah.
And the school has something too that's free that I could probably work through. But yeah, it's just something to do. I think the thing that about that camp is it's not the greatest. It's not like amazing like these thousands of dollar camps, but that's a point is the kids have to like muddle through to figure out ways to entertain themselves day in and day out, which I love too.
Um,
Anyway, I don't want to dominate the conversation without Jess. Other than that, you know what? Spring has sprung finally, and it makes me so happy. I'm really trying to get out and be active every single day, whether it's also just working out. But I just feel like this change of the weather is really motivating me to continue to just keep some movement going.
we, like, have had a very weird spring. We always have a lot of wind before the temperature changes. It just seems like it was very windy for a very long time, and now it's, like, in the 90s. Like, that's what happened. But it's still our temperature, because we always have so much sunshine, it jumps 20 to 30 degrees from the morning till about 5 PM, and so it'll be 65 in the morning, so it is very nice in the
Are
mornings here,
you
but then
what
it's
about the
hot.
pool? Is it pool weather? Perfect.
Yes. Gabby can't go in the pool yet. Justin is saying Friday she'll be able to go in the pool because of her stitches and her surgery and
Oh,
soaking it,
okay.
and so she's dying. He's in a fight right now. It's a mental fight that the neighbors don't know about, but we have this older couple that live behind us, and they have this giant tree that's, like, dying. I don't know what is happening. But starting last year, its leaves just pour into our pool. So we've been at our house for 15, almost 16 years, and only last summer and
Uh,
now. So Justin has made the pool gorgeous. He spent all weekend just making it crystal clear the last 2 weekends, and then he came down this morning and he's like, "Where'd those leaves come from?" It's fighting, and so the reason it's a fight with this couple is because, again, we've lived here a long time, and a few years ago, we were having a party, and the kids were outside, and it wasn't 10 o'clock yet, and the old man yelled at the kids and told them to go get an adult, and I came out, and he was like, "I can't even hear my TV." And they were literally just it was like the noise of a playground, right? And it was 9:45, and I was thinking, "Sir, we've lived here 13 years, and you're gonna yell," you know what I'm saying? Because one time, whatever. So then we had issues with Dominic hitting baseballs over there. So then they got really pissed off with the baseballs and yelled at Dominic about the baseballs. I don't remember if they came to our front door, So we moved where he hits balls. We do have a net. We moved where he hits the balls. And then the lady came knocking on the door and Gabby answered and she was like, "Do you," like yelling at Gabby, "do you have a parent?" And she was like yelling, There was a baseball in our yard and my husband's in the hospital." I don't know. She was just like yelling. And so Justin's, "What?" So Justin leaves. He walks over there, knocks on the door. She was very short. And so Justin was like towering over her. And she was like, totally changed her tune and was like, "Oh, our," Justin was like, "My son doesn't hit his baseball anywhere that way. We've talked to him. He's very careful about it." And she said, "Oh, they clean the gutters." So it might have just been a baseball that came from the gutter. It was like they were looking for a reason to yell at us. And she said, "We know that's his passion. And that's so great. He has a passion because he's out there every day hitting the baseball." And so she let it go. But I want to collect like 27 garbage bags of leaves and knock on their door and say, because they yell at us if anything happens. Meanwhile, their tree has these little acorns and then the dogs eat them and then the dogs throw up. And so we're constantly trying to pick up these acorns and all these things. And the branches are clearly over like our side. We have another neighbor that when their flora and fauna come over our fence, they have their landscaper just cut it so it doesn't come over our side. But it's like this giant tree that's just, it's like black. It's so dead. Like the bark is black at this point and it's just pouring leaves in our yard. So anyways, that's what's happening over here.
Can you have your landscaper cut the tree?
Yeah, we could, but I think that's rude. I think you should talk to them.
Yeah, yeah, but at least you
But
can
she
raise
said
it.
she
Does
just got
she
out of
know
the
that?
hospital. So when she freaked out on Justin, it was really like, again, I love the 4 agreements. What other people do and say has to do with them and not you. Her
Mhm.
husband was in the hospital and she said she just got out of the hospital. And I think she just wanted something to do. And she found a baseball in her backyard and wanted to go. Because she was like telling Justin she got out of the hospital and just like all of this stuff. And it was like, you found a baseball and just marched over to our house and started yelling at them. It was probably from your gutters,
That's
probably from like 5 years
crazy.
ago. And I just think it's more, they're older, more isolated anyway. So that's our battle with the leaves. I would love to poison their tree or chop it down. Or so when you have a pool, even though it's wonderful, sometimes you have neighbors that don't care for their stuff and we've got the leaves. But hopefully we'll be in the pool this weekend. This
So
is later
nice,
than ever. We've
fun.
always been in the pool. Gabby's birthday, April 4th, and we haven't yet. And she started her PT. She is healing. That is going well. And I'm just trying to survive life with the teens. When one is my 14-year-old and I have been battling it out, but he's super chill now. And so it's the 17-year-olds and I are battling it out. And so that's always fun and keeping us on our toes.
Thanks for listening today. Don't forget to subscribe so you can hear our latest episodes as soon as they drop.
If you loved today's episode, share with a friend. Find us on Instagram, Facebook at Chasing Brighter, or check out our blog at chasingbrighter.com and follow us. If you want to know more about Kelly and I, read our blogs, find more tips, tools, and resources, check that out at chasingbrighter.com. Thanks. Remember, your best life is just a listen away.